Hi, welcome to Grade 2 Math with Mrs. Farrington. And today we're going to be looking at measuring length. And I'm going to show you first some tools that we use to measure length. What you're most familiar with is the ruler. This is a standard ruler that we use in school. And another thing we use to measure length is a tape measure. This is a smaller one, and you've probably seen this around your dad, your uncle, cousins in construction or carpentry. They use these to measure the length of wood, the size of homes, frames. Even persons who paint may need to measure the length to find out how big their canvas can be. So this is a very handy tool, and also a tape measure. So when you go and get your uniform made, you go get your church clothes made, the seamstress or the tailor would measure various parts of your body before they can cut to put together and make you an outfit. So we see when we learn how to measure, we can use it outside of the classroom. So these are very, very important tools. Now, some of the vocabulary words that we're going to see today are length. And length is how long something is or the distance from one point to another. So we're going to be using the ruler to find out the length of various items, how long these things are from one point to the other, from the beginning to the end. And to do that, we're going to be using the metric system. If you've ever looked at your ruler, when you get your ruler, you will notice that there are these big numbers on one side, and then there are the smaller numbers. And the big numbers, and usually it would have the word inch, so each ruler is 12 inches. And then the other side, we see cm, and it's 30 cms. And this is the side that we're going to be using today, the cm, which is for centimeters. And centimeters is a part of the metric system, and it's a system of measurement based on tens, which means everything is in groups of tens. And ruler, a ruler is a tool used to measure the length, width, or height of something. So we can measure how long something is, how wide something is, or how tall something is using a ruler. And then the cm, which stands for centimeter. It's an abbreviation, which means it's a shorter way to write a word. The full word is centimeter. We see centimeter. It's a pretty long word. And then we abbreviated it or shortened it to cm for centimeter. And a centimeter is a metric unit of length. 100 centimeters equal 1 meter. So we're going to be using centimeters. And then meter. And a meter is a metric unit of length equal to 100 centimeters. And a meter is basically, to give you an idea, a baseball bat is about 1 meter long. Or from your doorknob to the floor is about a meter long. So those are some of the words that we're going to see: centimeter, meter, length, metric system, ruler. So we're going to see these words as we progress some more. So as I said earlier, our ruler has inches on one side, and then it has centimeters on the other side. We have centimeter and meter. We know that a centimeter is very, very small. Even when we look at our ruler, a centimeter, about your fingernail, is about a centimeter wide. About a centimeter wide. The tip of an eraser is about a centimeter. It's a little maybe 2 centimeters off or 2 millimeters off, but it's about a centimeter just to give you an idea. Now, another thing is we're also going to look at between centimeter and meter, there's what we call a decimeter. And a decimeter is 10 centimeters. So from here to here, this is a decimeter. Okay, so we've looked at the vocabulary words. Let's do some practice. So first, we're going to get this worksheet, and the instruction says, measure each object to the nearest centimeter. Write your answer in the box. So you're going to look at the object, and then it already has a ruler here for you, and you're going to look at it to see what's the closest centimeter, and then you're going to write it in the box. And we have 4 objects. We have a fork, we have a pair of glasses, we have a box of tissue, and a spool of thread. So we have these 4 items. We have the fork, the glasses, the box of tissue, and the spool of thread. So then we're going to look, and to assist, it starts from here and then it ends here. So what I would do is try to draw a line So I drew a line. Let me draw that darker so that you can see. So I drew a line, and my line is showing me that the closest centimeter is 19. So now I will write it 19, 110, 9 ones. And I have to write the unit of measurement, cm. That's the unit. Remember, we said cm is the abbreviation for centimeter. Okay. Then I will go to this one. I will do the same thing. I have to go from the tip of, if I go to the tip of the glasses, it's between 2 numbers, but it is, I'm going to bring it closer for you to see. It is closer to 14 than it is to 15. So to the nearest centimeter, 14, 110, 4 ones, and my unit of measurement, cm, 14 centimeters. The next one, I have my box of tissue, and the end of this box of tissue is not here because this is the top. The end is right down here. So the box of tissue would be from here to here, not up here. So the nearest centimeter, it's actually right on 21. How do we write 21? 2 tens and a 1. And I write my unit of measurement, cm, which is the abbreviation for centimeter. And finally, I have a spool of thread. So I look at my spool of thread. I'm going to get this ruler to help me. I'm going to draw my line to find out what's the closest centimeter. So if we look here, the closest centimeter is 6. So 6 ones. There are no tens. 6 centimeters. And there, we have completed this worksheet. That was easy, right? Good. And you have another worksheet similar to this that you will complete. You can check that out in the download section. Now, the next worksheet that you're going to be completing, I'm just going to show you this. The next activity we're going to do, it says to estimate and measure. Estimate the length Estimate the length of each item before you measure. Then use a ruler to measure the items which can be found in your home. This is the worksheet that you're going to be completing. But let's go over this. Estimate. What does it mean to estimate? Remember when we did estimation, estimating or rounding? So when we estimate, we take a guess, a reasonable guess. We can't just guess any wild thing. We take a reasonable guess. For example, I can, because I know that a centimeter is basically the size of my fingertip, I can estimate, I can look at this and say, this looks to be 14 centimeters. So I can estimate that and say, it's 14 centimeters. That's my estimation, right? So I'm going to use the back of a paper. I can estimate and say that this is 14 centimeters. That's my estimation. Because I looked at it, this is a centimeter. So I'm saying maybe I'll go up here. And then what is the actual length? I will take my ruler and I go from one end to the next, tip to tip. And I'm going to turn it here. I make sure that I start at the 0. And according to my estimation, it's about 13 and a half. It's close to 14. So I wasn't too bad off. If I was rounding it off or I wanted to go to the nearest centimeter, then I would actually be right that it is 14 centimeters long. And that's this marker. So let's estimate and guess some other stuff. Let's get something small. We all know what this is. This is a quality stamp. This is as good as money. So I'm looking at it and I remember that a centimeter is about the size of my thumb. So I say, maybe the quality stamp is maybe 3 centimeters. That's my estimation or my guess. And then I will take my ruler. I go from one end to the next and guess what? Wow, I'm good. 3 cm, centimeters. Okay, all right. Next thing, get something a bit bigger. I have a can of Lysol. Ooh, this is a lot of fingertips. So I look at this can of Lysol. I said, maybe 28 centimeters. Because it's kind of long. It's a lot of fingertips. So I will estimate that the Lysol is about 28 centimeters. Okay, so I will then take my ruler and this time I'm going to put it on the object itself. And my estimation, let's see. So you look at the Lysol and it's pretty close to 26. So 26 centimeters. So notice my estimation wasn't exact, but it's close. So I estimated 28 centimeters, but it was actually 26. So I was off by how many? Let's see who has that mental math. Who can count back? Excellent. My estimation was off by 2 centimeters because 28 minus 26 is 2. Good. So that's the Lysol. What is this? This is the stuff that you can't find in stores right now. It's very difficult to find. Hand sanitizer. So I look at this and I would say about 15 centimeters. 15 centimeters for the hand sanitizer. Okay, so I'm going to measure it. I put my ruler there and voila. Let me make sure I fix it. I don't want to be the one to say I'm cheating. So it's about 14 and a half. Let's make sure we get that right. 14 and a half, which means 14.5. And in the rules of rounding, 5 or more, we're going to, it goes next door. So 14 and a half or 15 centimeters. Not bad. All right, let's do one more. Bam! I found this. While I was digging up for some stuff, I found this. This is amazing. Do you know what this is? You've never seen this. This has not been around for many years. This does not even, I was looking for the year. It does not even have the year on it, but this is a Bahamian $1 bill. And how do we know? Well, it says the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And then if we look here, this is our coat of arms. Uh-huh. Look at our nice coral reef and our fish there. And who is this lady? Yeah, that's the Queen. Remember on Commonwealth Day, we got a message from the Queen. So we're going to measure the length of this $1 bill. So I place my dollar bill, and it's pretty easy to measure this because, what shape is it? It's a rectangle. I have two short sides and two long sides. So I'm going to measure here. Make sure I start on the 0 because it's not exactly at the end. Oh, I shouldn't measure. I didn't look. I did not look. I was too excited about this dollar, showing you this dollar. So I will write the word dollar bill. Then I'm going to estimate, or I will give a guess. I put my finger just to help me. I'm like, this is probably 12 centimeters. So I will estimate 12 centimeters. Then, get it right, Miss Farrington. Get it right. I put my ruler down. I make sure that it starts on the 0. And I measure. And I look. And boom, bap. It's like 15, a little over 15 and a half. So it's like closer to 16 centimeters. So my estimation, I estimated 12, but it was 16 centimeters, about 16. So I was off by how many? So I would count on, I would say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's a difference of 4 between my estimation, 4 centimeters. And so that is measuring objects. So what you're going to do is make sure that your parent, they download the worksheet, and you're going to look in your house for a toothbrush, preferably yours, and as soon as you're done, put it back. Measure your toothbrush, measure a glass or a cup, not a glass, a cup, because we don't want you breaking your mother's glass. A key, a tennis or a shoe, any tennis or any shoe, a comb, any kind of comb, even if it's a pick, and the spoon. You're going to first estimate or make a guess. Look at it, eyeball it good. Eyeball it good and write your estimate or your reasonable guess. And then you're going to measure it using the centimeter side of the ruler. And then you're going to write it down. So I hope you have fun with this activity and you can actually add more items as you want. You and your parent, you can have a scavenger hunt where you look for items and you estimate, and then you estimate or have a reasonable guess about how long it is or how wide it is, and then you measure it to find out. So this has been grade 2 math with Mrs. Farrington. Please continue to be safe, stay indoors because we want to flatten the curve so that we can get back into the classroom and have more fun activities and we can all see each other. Continue to be safe. Bye bye.